Dear airline passengers, your host, Sahil Chitaman, retired commercial airline pilot for about 40 years with more than 22,000 hours, including Boeing 767ER and Airbus A340 and A330. I was also an aeronautical engineer before my flying career. Many speculations based on this unsigned preliminary report from the Indian AAIB are saying that the pilots deliberately transitioned the fuel cutoff switches from run to cutoff. Voice recording from the EAFR, Enhanced Airborne Flight Recorder, also known as the black box, revealed a shocked crew exchange. One pilot asked, "Why did you cut off?" And the other replied, "I did not." This clearly suggests that neither pilot consciously moved the fuel switches. If the pilot wanted to commit suicide, he would have flown the aircraft into the ground after takeoff with full power from the engines and not with the engines switched off. Remember, the Germanwings pilot who committed suicide by flying the aircraft into the mountains with the engines at full power. I strongly believe that the RAT, ram air turbine, automatically deployed due to the two engines spooling down because of glitches much before the fuel switches transition from run to cutoff. These glitches might have come from the thermal runaway of the lithium-ion batteries, which, by the way, have happened in the past before with other airlines. This thermal runaway has charred the rear black box, making it unusable. I also believe that the pilots transitioned the fuel switches from run to cutoff and then back to run in a survival attempt to regain power from the engines, be it 9 seconds later. Understandable to the panic situation and trying to understand what was really happening. In 2019, ANA Boeing 787 experienced an uncommanded fuel cutoff during final approach, not due to physical flip but to a TCMA, Thrust Control Management Accommodation, software glitch that falsely signaled ground mode, triggering fuel shutoff. Aviation regulators, including the UK CAA, alerted airlines to this electronic failure risk in mid-May 2025, highlighting that the system could misinterpret signals and inadvertently cut fuel. Question: why does the unsigned preliminary report not give details as to what really happened from the time of applying takeoff power to 180 knots prior to supposedly fuel cutoff switches transitioned to run and cutoff? In fatal accidents, where the pilots are not here to relate the events, a video recording is a must for transparency to all parties concerned. At least we owe this to the deceased families. According to me, a video recorder should be included in the CVR, Cockpit Voice Recorder, and name it Cockpit Video Recorder. Privacy is far less important than knowing what really happened. In summary, it is insane to make comments and blame any party on an unsigned preliminary report with important sequences of events missing. At least have the decency to wait for the signed final reports by the authorities concerned before playing the blame game. May the truth prevail. Be blessed.